As most people who've been looked at sideways by Al Sharpton's workshop uh, can testify, they are ferociously unscrupulous until they get a pat on the head and a sizable reward. They won't tell you how much, which they submit among themselves. And then you're good people. You can get a windshield wipe anytime you come to New York. And it is very interesting to see how they are going to play the macabre nightmare that has been visited on the children of Gaza on behalf of their unity formulas. How Spike Old Lee is going to come to the rescue with Roger Old Waters of the Palestinian flag. It's sure enough, it's coming down the highway. It's sure enough going to come. Pappy killing sprees. Now, Canadian authorities have had plenty of time to check the bank accounts of Alpina to determine how much money she got from John Schulman. And exactly what that says about Seattle Black Panthers alliance with the Ku Klux Klan in Pennsylvania. But they've been playing Reagan Didn't Know on the Al Sharpton banjo for so long, it's a theme from A New Deliverance. And I'll thank you to unify without me. I don't take up unity with pappy killers. Now we know that the franchise, the people who put this on pornographic genocide, the Diamond Dogs of Hitler Reagan's partnership with David Bowie, controlled Detroit NAACP effectively enough that they even have spokespeople in Pittsburgh admitting that AIDS was a weapon and applauding it. Well, that sure out harnesses me because I took it to as an article of faith that somebody should try to stop the people who did it and apprehend them. But Tony Levin says no. Martin Sheen says no. We are building momentum for Nosferatu. And Mick Jagger, he comes flapping his arms in Tel Aviv. I'm Penis Gabriel. I'm Penis Gabriel. That's how Mick Jagger gets his jollies in Tel Aviv. And so all they have to do is trot, 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 trot to the microphone and say, "Big cow, he come, he go." That's all and then they go backstage and have a little Coke with their dinner. And John Lennon famously put it on Tom Snyder. Well, he bragged he was a genius, which he was. He's the one who came up with the double fantasy escape. And the people who did it are innocent, and the people who didn't do it are guilty because Paul McCartney thinks people were really, really weird. And he's fiendishly in glee. And they laugh about Gaza. Oh, Roger Waters comes out, there's a professional scent that they use in Hollywood to bring tears to your eyes. It's an onion. He comes out and he pulls a weepy for an imaginary victim of very real Israeli violence. Let's talk about Israeli violence. Have you ever been in Philadelphia in the middle of the night because you got off the wrong train station because you're deaf? It's pretty scary. Well, I was a young adult when that happened. I wouldn't want to be a child. Of course, I had traumatic experiences in the past that left me in a neurological state that was not very enviable. But can you imagine being surrounded by Ripper Hatters night and day, seeing one after another of your friends gunned down like as though you're in one of B. Cateno's Battle Royal movies? For real. At the age of 9, 10, if you are one of the ones who, by their accounting, consider themselves to be the unfortunate ones who don't get polished off quickly and effectively. And who's paying for this? Who's paying for this stuff? Well, it's the people who workaday world in Florida under the Milton hurricane. They get $750 for their lost Mercedes and mansion on the ocean. $750 because the money's tied up in with Zelda, clowny act from Ukrainian television, the Zionist and it's tied up in Iranian shenanigans with Israel, the Saudi Arabian puppet show that we're getting behind the scenes of the Gaza Holocaust. Yeah, the people, $750 for your life's hard work. If you still have an ID, if you didn't forget and leave your wallet on the flood-ridden living room couch, I'm so sorry. There's going to be a delay, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Jones, because virginity proves rape, and Reagan didn't know. And there's soon to be another ice age and weapons of mass destruction. And guess who's can smell the saltpeter in Odessa? Lindsey Graham, yeah. He got out a mineral chart. Mm-hmm. He's honky tonking young Christian scientist of a disciple, an apostle, adjuvant, a member of the Christian Zionist disciplic succession. Maybe even in his family, come home with that chart from school. He checked it out of the library. Yes, he did. Tucked in his pocket and said, "I'm going to go show Mr. Graham, my adoptive daddy, what they got in Odessa." Oh, so don't you go talking that communists talk about climate change, son. Instead, what we're going to do is you're going to go unify with the VA in Seattle. You're going to unify with the VA in Seattle. And the Black Panthers are going to stick you with the David Bowie bargain with you. And Reagan didn't know. He didn't know that the Black Panthers were easily goaded into sticking at that fight sock with the Black Panther barbecue.